What's up everybody, it's the Sports Code aka Aiden and welcome back to another video. This is the Manchester United versus Watford match preview. This is a very important game here considering top 4 is in the balance. Premier League game at home at Old Trafford, and it's mainly the reason why this is such a big game is because of the Chelsea and Tottenham game that will also be happening. One of those teams could potentially, or if not both, could slip up today. So it's important that this is a must-win game and we win this game comfortably so we can kind of show our intentions for the season, for the rest of the season. I don't see how we lose, if we lose this game, how we can come back when too many opportunities come up and we end up ruining it every single time. This is a must-win game for the future of this season, to save our season really. And I can't fathom losing this game. This would be extremely frustrating to see our team lose. We got some good squad rotation in the Europa League game. We didn't perform very well there, but maybe things change now. We're an inconsistent team, so when we don't perform, there's a good chance that we can perform tomorrow or tonight. And let's get into the starting 11. I just really hope that this match ends up being a crucial win, a very vital win. So starting in goal, I've gone with David De Gea. I don't think there's much to say about that. I say everything, he's a world-class goalkeeper, I say it all the time. We'll just leave it at that. Right back, I've gone with Wan-Bissaka. He's been in form recently, especially on the offensive end, which is something he's worked extremely hard on. And defensively, he's sound. He's always going to be sound. He's a fantastic defender. He's probably the best one-on-one defender in the Premier League, especially at his position. And offensively, he's improving. He got an assist against Chelsea. He is getting crosses into the box, and now we just need people to put them away more often than not. And we will see the best out of him. So yeah, right back Wan-Bissaka for sure. I've gone with Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire at the centre-back positions. Victor Lindelof is a defender that has just been out of form recently. This has happened to him before, where he's played rather bad, mainly at the start of his career. I remember his first couple of games, he had terrible performances, but he ended up coming back and being our best defender for last season. So I definitely don't think it's time to say Lindelof is not good enough, because he's shown that he can definitely be good enough for this team, and we got to give him time, just like we give a lot of players time that we really rate. I really rate Lindelof, so I'm going to give him the time that he needs. Maybe the partnership doesn't work out, but maybe it just needs more time to develop and nourish into what it should be. Hopefully that's the reason behind it. Maybe it's just that the chemistry isn't there, but it's just time for it to develop into something that we might not know how good it could be. So I don't think pulling the plug on that partnership is the right thing to do. If both of them are healthy, they're both our best centre-backs, so yeah, they should play. And Harry Maguire, he's our captain, he's obviously going to play. I feel like he's going to play every game from here on to the end of the season, apart from injuries, of course. So I think that's pretty nailed on, that centre-back pairing. It's a good pairing to have if it just builds up. I think that if they're both very good players, and now it's very good players finding each other's strengths and weaknesses and performing to the best of their abilities together. Left back, I've gone with Brandon Williams, and he had a pretty bad game against Club Brugge at left back. But I feel like in a 4-2-3-1 where he's a little bit more defensively responsible, we'll see a little bit better out of him. I know 3 at the back, he has performed well. He has performed well in most games. So maybe it's just a one-off type situation for Brandon Williams. I don't think dropping him is the right answer, unless you're looking to play him against Club Brugge and you're looking to rest him. Then Luke Shaw comes in, or vice versa. Either way, I'll be happy with whoever plays left back, to be honest. They're both really, really talented players at that position, and we'll leave it at that. The formation I am going with is a 4-2-3-1, of course, because I feel like we need to attack Watford more. So going into the CDM positions, I've gone with Matic. Matic has played a lot of games, but I don't see how resting him. I think we should rest him, but I just don't see Man United resting him. Reason is because he's done so well for us, and we need informed players to play. Now, if it was me, I think maybe start Matic, but definitely consider subbing him off because Scott McTominay is coming back soon. He could be back now. I don't think leaving Scott McTominay out would end up being any good for us. We need to get him into the squad somehow, and maybe in a game like this, where hopefully we're winning comfortably by the time Ollie makes his substitutions, we can play Scott McTominay, give him some minutes, and then we can see what happens. If not, then I definitely think Matic will play the full 90. And obviously, I'm going to go with Fred. Fred got a break in the Europa League, but he did end up substituting on because we needed him. And he played well, but I definitely think Fred starting is a different team to Fred coming off the bench. So starting him now would be pretty... it'd be basically what we were for the majority of the season. He's carried that midfield, and he's going to probably carry that midfield against Watford, and he's going to perform very well. And that's what you expect from Fred now. He's been very consistent. He's probably been the most consistent player besides Wan-Bissaka on the Man United team. So I definitely don't see how starting him won't make us a better team compared to where we were when he wasn't starting. And the attacking midfield position, obviously Bruno Fernandes, he too got a little bit of a rest, played the last 10 minutes of the Europa League, and he was probably the best player on the pitch when he was there. He was fantastic in that game, and I definitely see him starting against Club Brugge. But for Watford, I think it's a must that he starts. We need our best players available at all times, especially in the Premier League, where there's such a great opportunity in this game to win and to get one step closer to either Tottenham or Chelsea. Whoever wins will be in fourth position. So if we win and they draw, we are really close to taking it from both teams. And I think that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for a draw out of this game as a neutral, and I just hope that we can capitalize whatever happens, because we will be one step closer if we win to both teams. And Bruno Fernandes must play for that to happen, in my opinion. I don't think we have a better cam out there that's been given an opportunity. I think Bruno Fernandes is the guy to go with. I know he's more of a box-to-box. He's not exactly a cam, but I feel like if we're going to have Matic and Fred, that's where Bruno is going to be performing most at that cam position. I'm hoping for a goal in this game. I really want to see a contribution from Bruno. He only has 1 assist, which is not bad. He's only played 3 games and he's got 1 assist. It's pretty good. But, you know, everyone's waiting to see that Bruno goal, you know. Everyone's waiting to see his first celebration as a Man United player. And I am too, so I hope he can score in this game. That's all I really want to see out of him today. He could have the best game in the world, but I just really want to see him score, and that will make me happy for Bruno Fernandes. Going into the attacking positions, I've gone with Martial on the left. Now, the reason why I've gone with Martial on the left, I just feel like we're so weak in the attacking areas, and maybe we just need a different kind of team to play. And Martial on the left, I think he could cause damage. I don't think Watford are particularly the best defending team, but they're very aggressive, and I think to fight aggression, you got to put aggression into your team as well. And that's why I've gone with Igalo up front and Martial on the left. So for anybody that doesn't know, Igalo has played for Watford before. That was his old team, and I think it would be a very emotional time for him to play his old side as a Manchester United player, and that's the club that he goes for, Manchester United. So I think it would make a lot of sense to play Igalo here, sentimentally. And I do think if we can give him service, he can score, and he will be good enough to play for us until the end of the season. And if we could, that's why I feel like Bruno and Igalo need to play together, because I feel like Bruno is the main guy that can give him service in the box, and Igalo is most likely the one that's going to be central, because Martial likes to drift a lot. So I think put Martial on the left so he can have the ability to free roam, to drift and to stay central whenever he feel like he needs to go to either or, and will end up being a better team for it. So I definitely think Igalo can start in this game, and I hope that he does. It will just make a lot of sense sentimentally and possibly tactically. And on the right, I've gone with Daniel James. I would have went for Greenwood, but I just don't know if he's fit at the moment. He seems to be ill. Hopefully he gets better soon. Illnesses are not a fun thing to deal with. So Daniel James, I think, would be good on the right. And if we're playing counter-attacking football, he'll suit us well. If not, at least he gives us a hard-working option that is always going to make a run for you guys. And Bruno and Daniel James, I could really see having a fantastic partnership as well. A guy that's willing and able to make very fast, quick runs, and a guy that's able to deliver to him exactly where he needs to go. That's going to be good to see develop over the coming years. I really would enjoy to see that. Anyway, that's the team I've gone with. Hopefully, that's a team that's good enough to beat Watford. With Watford, they have been slightly better since they sacked their manager. They were at the time fighting for relegation. I don't think they're going to be in the relegation battle for much longer. But we must win this game, and in order to do that, we can't take them lightly. They are a very physical team. They're a physical side. They will get at your centre backs, and they'll show their brute strength to bully them. That's why Lindelof and Maguire playing together, it might be beneficial, because it's not a pacey, team particularly, unless you're looking at Andre Gray. But yeah, Watford are a very strong physical team, and maybe playing Eric Barley could help, because he's a strong physical player as well as quick. So maybe Eric Barley does play, but I feel like Lindelof and Maguire will not do terrible this game. I think they'll both have pretty decent games, and we'll see how it goes in terms of that. My score prediction is going to be a 3-1 Manchester United win. I don't see us keeping a clean sheet, because we just never seem to do it. No matter how, I know we did keep one against Chelsea, but if you think about it, that goal that Zuma scored probably should have been allowed, so we wouldn't have kept a clean sheet if VAR went in their favour a bit, which is still, to me, if watching that game back, we definitely deserve to concede a goal. And I think it's going to be the same here. We didn't keep a clean sheet against Club Brugge. I don't see us keeping a clean sheet here. I definitely see Watford being able to nick a goal from us. But hopefully by the time that they do, we're well and truly in the victory seat, on the way to being closer to the top four, or being so close that we can smell it, we can touch it. And that's what I want. I just want us to come out and have a dominating performance. I want us to destroy Watford. I know they're a good team. It's going to be difficult to do, but I feel like it's necessary. We can't leave anything up to chance here. We can't have a 1-0 victory the entire game, and then they score in the 90th minute. That can't happen. We need to score one. We need to score 2 goals. We need to score 3 goals. We need to be able to show and win comfortably, to indicate not only to ourselves but to the rest of the league that we have a chance to get top 4, and it's not going to be unlucky or lucky if we do. It's not going to be a fluke. We need to show that we can definitely do it, and the likes of Watford we need to beat, the likes of Everton we need to beat, and when we verse Tottenham we need to beat them. There's so many teams that we have that can cause us to stumble, but if we can beat them, it shows that we definitely deserved it. And we'll see how everything goes in that area. When it comes to the formation, definitely do not play a 3-5-2 here. I think this is the indication of what Ollie's going to plan out for the rest of the season. If he plays 3-5-2 here, I definitely think that's the formation he's going to play every week now. That's going to be his new type of formation. A lot of people don't like it, and a lot of people do like it. It's a mixed bag. But I definitely think against the smaller teams, it's just unnecessary to do. We're playing into the hands of the other team, really. We're giving them the possession. It's just another way it's a fancy way of doing a counter-attack, a 3-5-2 in my eyes. I don't see us having less possession than Watford. I definitely see Watford having less possession than us. We will have more possession than Watford. So playing a 3-5-2 to me does not make sense at all. I'd much rather play a 4-2-3-1 and attack them more, and have one of the holding midfielders push up, and have Matic hold, and have a kind of a 4-1-2-3, and just play like that. Just push them and press them. Let's make them uncomfortable. They're gonna buckle if we press, because we're one of the best pressing teams when we press. Problem is we're just too inconsistent with our press. And in a 4-2-3-1, we'll be a little bit better. Hopefully, hopefully that makes sense for everyone. This is the Sports Code. Please like and subscribe.